It has been frustrating. 6 over par already. Frank, normally on a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make 3.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
You'd like that one again.
Struggling a bit with the flat stick and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frankie just can't seem to put it together today.
Yeah, really, you've got to go back to that double bogey, Rich, because ever since then, it's been like a different player. And that's one thing that you have to get over, experience-wise. Somehow you've got to let that go, but it is easier to say and harder to do. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. Good-looking shot right here. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem's going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Jordan Spieth for par. They'll take it. That's a par. Just a couple of feet. These putts keep the round together. Six over for the day. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
Looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards.
Oh, that's fine.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11. Second shot.
Frank, you want to finish with one good swing here, the approach shot to the 18th hole.
I don't think there's a flat putt on this green, Rich. There's so many different sections. We said the course was like a maze. This 18th green can be like a maze. If you're on the right portion, then obviously that certainly helps, but there's so many different levels to this green. Rich, I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely.